like to make things, and we are making a dress that I'm going to light on fire. I recently saw the new Hunger Games movie, Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, and not gonna lie, it kind of threw me back into my Hunger Games era. I'm an OG Hunger Games girly, if you guys couldn't tell from the dress that I made of 1,000 butterflies. I have no chill. And of course, one of the dresses I have always wanted to be able to make was Katniss's Fire Dress. It's the dress of the series. That's the whole thing. She's the girl on fire. Not only is it a very intricate dress in general, it's a very big wedding dress to a printed Mockingjay dress. The entire dress burns away. That's a lot of fire. And that's a lot of fire close to her skin. I think that one's a little above my skill level right now, so I made a compromise and I'm going to try her other fire dress. This one is a lot more possible in a couple ways. One, there's no transformation. It's just a dress, and when she spins, it lights on fire. Two, only the skirt lights on fire, so nothing close to her body is lighting on fire, which makes it a lot safer. My goal is to eventually make her Mockingjay dress, but I first want to see if making a dress out of fire is even possible, so making her interview fire dress as like a part 1. If I can pull this dress off, then maybe I'll make the Mockingjay dress. That's the goal. So just breaking this dress down, there's 2 big parts to this dress. There's the dress part, which is a dress. That's cool, we can make that. And then there's the fire part, which is where it gets a little complicated. So the first part of this dress that I need to figure out is how I'm going to do the fire effect. And I've got a couple ideas. First idea is the safest idea. It's also the least cool idea, but I could use lights and smoke to create a fire effect. Basically, by shining a red-orange light under some fog, you can create a really cool, semi-realistic fire effect. I'm gonna be honest, it looks nice. It doesn't really look like real fire though. Option 2 is steel wool. Steel wool has this very cool property where if you touch it to a battery, it will burn up and fall away. The downside to this one is it is a lot more dangerous. The fire is less contained, it starts very fast, it gets very hot, so it's not ranking high on our safety scales. The last option is probably the best one that I found, and that's magician's flash paper, aka the stuff that magicians use to do all their fire tricks. I did a little research on this, and flash paper is actually nitrocellulose, which is basically some type of cellulose, in this case tissue paper, but it can also be like cotton or string, treated with nitric acid. The downside about flash paper is it does burn hotter, but it burns for a shorter amount of time, so it's a give and take. Out of all the different options, I think flash paper is going to be the best one, but I've actually never used it or seen it or done anything with it before, so I've got to get my hands on some first. Now that I've got a couple different ideas of how I'm gonna make this dress, it's time to pick up the supplies. And we're off. There it is. So first stop, the magic store to see if I can get some flash paper. The store itself was so cool. It had a bunch of different magic items and different tricks and just fun little stuff. Oh, wow. But now we are off to the LA Fashion District to pick up the fabrics for the dress. We're in the Fashion District. I'm looking for burn-resistant fabrics. I'm trying to find a fabric that's pretty, but also isn't gonna burn super fast. So I'm just gonna take a look around and ask folks.
This is the imitation.
Oh, it doesn't burn that, oh, but it does catch fire.
Yeah.
That might be perfect, because it's beautiful fabric too. Perfect. Same fabric as the green one. And I got my supplies. Satin-wise, I got this beautiful red poly satin and this red organza. And despite the fact that these are poly fabrics and they'll melt and won't burn, when we were testing the fabrics in the store, these were the ones that burned the least. From the magic store, I got 2 different types of flash paper. I got flash cotton, and it burns a lot faster. Magic. Sparkling powder. I'm gonna go and experiment with it a bit to see just how it burns and what would be the best way to create that spinning fire effect she has. Now we're just gonna play with fire. So first thing to figure out is which is better, cotton or paper. Flash cotton lights up super fast and burns big, like a little burst, but only for like half a second. That's so fast. It's bigger too. It's like a bigger flame. I just want to like burn it and stare at it. One more time just for funsies. Meanwhile, while flash paper also lights up fast, it can burn for a bit longer. So if you leave it as like a big rectangle, it'll burn up really fast and really bright. That burns fast. But if you cut it into a long little strip, it'll follow it as if it were like a fuse. Both of these are really good properties to have in a material. So that gives me some stuff I can play with. I'm even gonna try combining them a little bit. Almost like a strip of flash paper as like a fuse with bits of flash cotton in between that'll light up and do big sparks. Huh, that's a thought. I don't know how that's gonna work. Let me try that idea of combining the two. I think this could be cool. That was like near perfect. I have no words. Stuff usually doesn't work out like this. I usually like fail 3 times and then it works. I'm gonna test it one more time and make sure it's not a fluke. Was it just me or was that way faster? Take 3. Perfect! That one was lovely! I also really want to test the sparkle powder. I mean, it sparkled. This is like too flammable for my dress. I actually think it would just like turn into a ball of fire with this. I just want to see what happens. It sparkled? Overall, I think combining the two actually worked pretty well. It makes it like big and dramatic, but long enough that it's not just a flash. There's also this thing called flash string, which I can try out. Maybe I'd try that before I make any decisions. Flash string acquired. First test is just the string by itself. I'm gonna see how it burns. Let's go. That's not great. It's really not burning good. I'm gonna give it a day to dry out and see if it tests better tomorrow. It is the next day. This is fire string take 2. That was way better. Oh, I'm gonna try again. Okay, so that was a lot of testing. I feel really good about this actually. So I think what I'm gonna go with is I'm gonna use the flash string as a base and kind of weave that along the bottom of the skirt. That way I can attach flash cotton onto it at different points and it'll act just like my test, like making it a little bigger and brighter. So the flash string almost acts like a fuse. And then maybe for a little extra pizzazz, I might add some flash paper at the bottom, but I think all of these together should work. But theory only takes you so far. So before I even start on my main dress, I think I'm gonna do like a whole practice version of the skirt first. I'm gonna basically make a kind of bad test skirt using scrap fabric for the top and then using my actual fabric for the bottom because I wanna test how fire resistant this fabric actually is. So that is our skirt. I'm gonna go sew this up real quick and then get her ready to be burned. Since this is also a test, I'm going to spray half of it with Fire Guard and half of it without. Okay. She is fireproofed, so now I'm going to sew on my flash paper. For this test skirt, I'm trying out 4 different combinations of flash paper and flash cotton onto the flash string fuse to see which one burns the best. To attach them, I just sew them onto the flash string fuse and then sew that onto the test skirt. This is officially done. All that's left is to light it on fire, so let's go. I have my mom here to help. She's gonna be on standby with a hose. All right, are we ready? Dun, 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 dun. Give it a go. Okay. Looking at the footage back, it looked really good. It was a very controlled fire, like it self-extinguished very well. The fabric didn't burn like crazy. Without the flame retardant, this is what we kind of got. It did melt some of this, where the flame protected side, we don't get any of that. Flame protectant really worked. And that little fuse worked so well. I am so happy with this test. Aside from all the fire stuff, we have to make the base dress that will be lighting on fire. Come here. Katniss's wedding dress, my favorite dress in the entire franchise. As for her actual dress design, so the bottom of her dress where it catches on fire in the film, it's actually these petals. It's not like flame friendly at all. So I think instead I'm just gonna do like a flared skirt. That way there's a bunch less excess fabric that's easily flammable. It'll still look like her iconic red dress, but it'll just be a lot more flame friendly. But I think I have a good sense of the design, so let's start making it. So first thing we're doing is draping. We're basically gonna make a practice version. Because of this fire, I don't want it to be tightly fitted. I wanna build my dress so I have enough room to wear protective undergarments. Everyone has their own ways that they drape. I just kind of feel out the pattern shapes. Draping dresses and pattern making in general is a bit more complicated than I can go into in just a project video like this. So if you want to learn more about how to drape, I want to point you to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry pros across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and so much more. And yes, they have a bunch of sewing classes too. For those interested in learning how to drape, I'd recommend this draping class by Nino Villa or this intro to draping class by Anya Ayangchi. And if you've never touched a sewing machine before and you want to sew but you don't know where to start, Skillshare has learning paths, which are hand-picked classes meant to be taken in order that build on each other and reinforce lessons. The learning path I'd recommend to folks who want to learn to sew is Sew Custom Clothing from Scratch. It's 5 different classes taking you through basic projects like a tote bag, patterns, and even a bit of how to fit and tailor your garments. But Skillshare's learning paths aren't just if you want to start sewing. They have a bunch of different options at a range of experience levels from beginner to advanced, including design, productivity, creative freelancing, marketing, and even for tools and software like Procreate and Blender. So if you want to start the new year by taking that first step to learn a new skill or to just improve some of the skills you have, check out Skillshare. They even gave me a special offer to share. The first 500 people who use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you want to learn something new, check out that link in the description. But with all that said, let's get back to this fire dress. The original design for the bottom part is really flammable. I wanted to have that look of layered fabric, but I don't want all the flammability of all that loose fabric around. So I'm going to be trying curved pleats. Curved pleats are basically if a circle skirt and a pleated skirt had a baby. You're gonna take a curved piece of fabric, essentially a very, very big circle skirt, and then you'll just measure out and pleat it. And what you end up with are these pleats that have a bit more flare to them like the circle skirt, which I think is perfect for this like spinning out effect. That took like 5 hours. Actually, it only took like 3 hours. Honestly, pat on the back. She looks good. I'm pretty happy with her. Okay, we're gonna try it on. Okay, that's enough spinning for me. Like, that's her fire dress. Now that I have the dress that I like, all I gotta do is just remake this, but in my pretty satin fabric, and make ourselves our base red dress. Basically what I did is I cut out my skirt pieces, pinned them together, and now I'm sewing them up. I'm gonna use this bustier that already fits me as a base for the dress, and that's just gonna give this dress a bit more structure and save me a bit of time. Oh my goodness. Oh, she looks expensive. She looks like a capital dress. I was worried for a sec of how this is gonna come out, but she's coming out good. I was gonna make this dress really quickly and just kind of throw it together because it's getting lit on fire, but I like making nice dresses, so I'm going through and I'm hand sewing the entire thing, making it really nice and wearable and just a beautiful red carpet gown. Lovely. This took forever, but I think she is sewn enough where I can try her on, so there we go. That's how she looks. Perfect. Let me go sew up the sides. I've got a couple last little sewing things to do. Originally, the bottom of Katniss's dress was made up of a lot of different petals of fabric. To kind of give it that same look of petals, I went through and I actually folded down the top of each pleat. This easy took like 10 to 20 hours. No one's gonna see it but me. As the last little detail on this dress, her dress has this tooly part up top. So I've got a bit of this organza and I'm just gonna kind of drape it around the top to recreate that little tooly look she has going. Once I have it draped in a way I like, I'm gonna hand sew it all together. Okay, she is officially sewed. She's done. I can go try her on. Ooh, this is kind of scary. It looks good. Just wearing it and like I feel so good in this. The only thing I'm really worried about trying it on is just how close this fabric is sitting to my legs. So I have this mini hoop skirt, but I think if I put it on, that'll just push the fabric away from my legs. Look at that spin! So now I take this beautiful trim I spent so many hours attaching and we're coating it in flame retardant. Now that the dress is done and I've got the fire safety prepped, the last thing I need to do is to add my little flash paper flash string combo to the bottom of the dress. Okay, so I have finished the dress. She's beautiful, she's a lovely recreation, but before I light it on fire, we need to talk some fire safety. The first step is making sure everything that's in contact with the fire is fire retardant. So every piece of fabric this flame will be near touching is sprayed with fire retardant, and I tested and chose materials that don't easily catch fire. That's why I'm using flash paper, because it burns really fast and then it's gonna self-extinguish once it's out of fuel. This dress should only be on fire total for about 5 to 15 seconds, so that just shrinks the opportunity for everything to catch on fire, and my parents will be on standby with safety equipment to put it out in case anything does catch fire. So that's how I'm not gonna burn everything else, but to prevent me from getting burned, I've sewn in a bunch of snaps to make this a quick release dress. So in the case that this dress does light on fire and I need to get out of it quickly, womp, I don't have to unzip or unclasp anything. It takes a second to get off and I can get out of this dress safely. On top of that, I want to protect against the heat of the fire, so I modified a pair of welding pants that I'm going to be wearing under the dress. And that will not only protect me from the heat of the flames, but on the off chance that part of the fabric does melt or catch fire, it will protect me from that as well. I'll also be wearing closed-toed shoes, pants, all that stuff under the dress. And I know all this safety stuff sounds a bit like overkill, but I'd kind of rather go overkill than get burned, so that's what we're doing. Don't try this at home, and let's go light a dress on fire. Okay, I'm excited. I've only got one shot at this, so I'm getting into the full Katniss look. I'm doing my makeup, my hair, everything. Because if we're gonna do a girl on fire moment, we've gotta do a girl on fire moment. That's pretty Katniss, I like that. She has this sparkle on her shoulder, so I got these stick-on rhinestones that I'm gonna make into like her little star shoulder. I think that's hair and makeup done. Let's put the dress on and light her up. Okay, so this is the final dress, but before I burn it, here's some fun little glamour shots. I'm really happy with it. I'm a little terrified on how it's gonna burn. Got one shot, we're gonna do it. My mom's there filming on my phone. My dad's with the fire extinguisher and he's gonna light me on fire, so let's go. Once you light that up, she's ablaze. You ready? Oh, the front didn't catch.
It went out.
So yeah, that fire was a little bit disappointing. It didn't really work, but after like a month and a half of work, that was my one shot and it just like didn't work. Oh no. You know what it is? It's the fire retardant.
Spin, spin, spin.
Oh.
Oh, it's something's burning out.
I made it too safe. You see, I can catch them individually on fire, but they just go and go out. The problem I'm having right now and why it's not lighting on fire is I kind of overdid it on safety. I soaked the dress in so much flame retardant, the flame paper is not lighting. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ready? At this point, it was 2 a.m. and not gonna lie, I was feeling kind of disheartened. We tried. That was a little disappointing. For the folks at home, if it was not soaked in fire retardant, this is what it would look like. Beautiful. Well, you win some, you lose some. But I knew if I had one more take, I could do it so much better. I'm gonna give myself another shot. I have just enough supplies where I think I can do it one more time. Almost out of flash string, so I'm still gonna use flash string for the fuse, but instead I'm gonna use flash paper strips down the dress, like that, which should give me the same-ish result. I think I do got this. This one's a little scarier. This one, I'm gonna become a little fireball. So, take 2, fire dress. Let's go. That worked!
That worked!
That really worked! Give it a last little flameo for it. Ah! Oh my god, okay. Not only was that second one such a good flame, but it's also repeatable. We were able to get that set up in like 30 minutes. It's not a one and done dress. Like even just as a dress, I'm so proud of it. I kind of went a little overboard with safety, I think. Truly, when I was spinning, I didn't even feel the heat. Nothing caught fire, nothing really melted. The dress itself is not damaged at all. I can redo this a couple times. After this whole experience, would I do her wedding dress transformation? I don't know, maybe. I'm kind of feeling the excitement of like making fire cosplays right now, so give me a sec before I attempt that one. Looking back at the footage, I know it doesn't look that crazy impressive, but a lot of this project was just learning like how to do the fire and how to do the fire safely, and I feel like I got a pretty good handle on how to do the fire safely. Like if I were to do a third or fourth test of this fire, I know I could get bigger, more consistent flames and still have it be pretty safe. I feel like this is like phase 1, and like phase 2 will be some of the bigger fire dresses that I want to do. So if you have any suggestions for other fun, cool cosplay, big builds, let me know in the comments. But that's all for this video. It is currently 2 in the morning. I'm gonna go take a break, and I hope you're having a great day. I will catch you next time. Bye bye! Go watch the Hunger Games.